memories, and input-output ports. These functional blocks are connected together with three internal buses, as shown in block diagram. The three buses are the data bus, the address bus, and the control bus. You already studied those buses. I will give some more detail of those buses. Input and output devices are connected through the input-output ports. A port is a physical interface on a computer through which data are passed to and from peripherals. Peripherals are the input-output devices such as the keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. This is the block diagram of a computer, which consists of a central processing unit, and the central processing unit basically consists of microprocessor, or you can see that you can say that the central processing unit on a chip is called microprocessor. And the microprocessor is connected with the input-output ports and the memories with the help of the buses, with the help of three types of buses, that is the address bus, the data bus, and the control bus. Now, what are the input-output ports? The input-output ports are the physical interface between the computer and the outwards. Like for example, you connect a mouse with a computer with the help of input-output port. You connect a monitor with a computer with the help of the input-output port. So that connection where you connect the cable of your mouse or keyboard or monitor, etc., is called the port. Memory and storage, you already know the RAM, ROM, cache, hard disk, etc. We already studied. So these are the memories inside a computer, and these memories also connects with central processing unit via three types of buses: the address bus, the control bus, and the data bus. So this is just a basic computer. We will go into detail, a little detail, just an overview. Now let us see how does a computer work and how we run it. Instructions and data are stored in memory in specific locations determined by the program. Now, what is program? Program is a list of instructions designed to solve a specific problem. For example, you want to save some data on memory, you want to take out the data from the memory. Though you are saving or are taking out data from the memory, but that you will do with the help of a program. So program will solve that problem, that how you will put data on the memory and how you will take out data from the memory. Program is not just used for this purpose. For example, you want to do arithmetic operations, logic operations, and so many other operations. So for the sequence of those operations, you will write few instructions in a sequence, and that will all combine together to make a program, and that program would be for solving a specific problem. Each location of a memory has a unique address associated with it that you studied in too much detail, that how memory is addressed and what are the addresses in a memory. Instructions are obtained by the central processing unit by placing an address on the address bus. Suppose you have memory, and inside the memory you kept few of the instructions, or you keep a program. So you will obtain, or the microprocessor or the central processing unit will obtain those instructions by placing the address of those instructions on the bus, and then with the help of that address, the central processing unit can obtain those instructions. Instructions are transferred via the data bus as they are requested by the central processing unit. So perhaps the central processing unit gave the address, but the address will locate where the instruction is, but how the instruction will move from memory to the central processing unit, it will move through the data bus. address bus will give address, and through data bus, the instructions or the data will move from one part to other part. In this example, it will move from memory to central processing unit. When an instruction comes to central processing unit, the central processing unit executes that instruction, and if it is a program, and inside the program there would be number of instructions, the central processing unit will execute those instructions in certain sequence, and that sequence will solve any problem. Frequently, the instructions modify data stored in the memory or obtained from an input-output device. For example, you have some data in the memory, and the data is for addition. For example, in one location of the memory, there is 3, and on other location of the memory, there is 2, and there is an instruction in the memory which is for addition. Now, when you run this program, the central processing unit will take 2 from memory, and then it will take 3 from memory, and then it will add it, and then the result would be stored back inside the memory. So the data in the memory would be modified by the new one, that is the addition or the sum of these two numbers. So such type of operations are performed by the central processing unit, but the results are saved inside the memory. The process data may be stored back in memory or sent to output device via the data bus. For example, if you want to save it inside the memory, you will save it in the memory, and if you want to send it to any output device, you can send it to the output device. Signals on the control bus are generated by the central processing unit to coordinate all these operations. And now you studied the role of the address bus, you studied the role of the data bus, but what is the role of the control bus? Actually, the central processing unit sends the control signals via the control bus that will coordinate with the different parts of the computer for making any operation. For example, if you are doing the write operation inside the memory, so definitely the control signal will go to the memory to do that write operation. Otherwise, the memory will not know that I'm going to do the read operation or the write operation. Similarly, different types of operations would be performed with the help of the control signals that the central processing unit will carry through the control bus. The central processing unit is the brain of computer. It oversees everything that the computer does. The central processing unit is a microprocessor with associated circuits that control the running of the computer software programs. Basically, the central processing unit obtains each program instructions from memory and carries out the instructions. I already explained that how it takes the instruction from the memory, and when it takes instructions from the memory, that taking instruction from the memory is called the fetch, and that cycle in which the central processing unit takes some instruction from the memory is called the fetch cycle. And when the central processing unit performs some operation, with the help of that instruction, that is called the execution. And it means that the central processing unit takes instruction from memory and then execute it. Execute means to do what the instruction is saying. After completing one instruction, the central processing unit moves on the next one, and in most cases can operate on more than one instruction at the same time. That is called the parallel processing. Basically, the central processing unit take one instruction and execute it and then take other instruction and then execute it. But the modern central processing units can do the parallel processing. It means that one instruction would be executing and the next instruction would also be executing in the same time. So that the microprocessor can do. This fetch and execute process is repeated until all of the instructions in a specific program have executed. For example, you have a program and the central processing unit is taking one by one instructions from the program. In a sequence, the central processing unit would be taking one instructions from the program. And that is central processing unit would be taking those instructions and executing it until the program finish. And till the end of the program, it would be taking instructions from the program and would be executing it. And when the program reached to its endpoint, it means that you accomplished your task. For example, an application program may require the sum of a series of numbers. The instructions to add the numbers are stored in the form of binary code that direct the central processing unit to fetch a series of numbers from memory, add them, and store the sum back in memory. I already explained this example.